Transmission 843, Earth Financial Log, Day 17 on the planet. Objective: understand why humans work more, but somehow afford less. It started with a banana. Yes, a banana. I saw a human complain that last year it cost 0.30, and now it's 0.65. He was visibly upset. I thought perhaps this fruit had become endangered, but no, it's called inflation. So I asked, "What is this inflation?" The human replied, "Oh, it's normal. Everything goes up." "Everything?" I asked. "Yes," he said. "Prices go up, but my salary, not so much." Then he laughed, nervously. Now that's concerning. In Cap Talk 7, when prices go up and income doesn't, we declare a system malfunction. Here on Earth, they call it the economy. Sale, $9.99, was $4.99. I decided to dig deeper. Watched thousands of hours of news, interviews, and TikToks. The result? Humans are not poor. They are just stuck in a loop. They run, earn, spend, and somehow fall further behind. They don't understand inflation. They just feel it, like a slow financial suffocation. So today, I will explain this invisible force that silently eats your money. Why everything feels more expensive. Why you're working harder, but saving less. And most of all, how to stop running in circles like a cosmic hamster. But beware, what I'm about to show you may hurt your Earth feelings. If you're brave enough to face the uncomfortable truth, subscribe now to Zork Finance. Because if inflation is the enemy, logic must be the weapon. Observation Tier 2. Field Observation. The Banana Chronicles, Day 18. I went to Earth's version of a food distribution hub. They call it the grocery store. There, I encountered a female human holding a receipt with eyes full of terror. She whispered, "It used to be $70. Now it's $124. She wasn't buying rare minerals, just food, basic food, eggs, milk, bread, and yes, that cursed banana. So I asked a vendor, "Why did the banana's price double?" He replied, "Gasoline went up, and the dollar, and the climate, and the supply chain, and it's just how things are." Just how things are? Imagine going to your spaceship mechanic, and he says, "Your engine's on fire, but don't worry, that's just how it is now." This is Earth logic. Here's what I understood. When prices go up, they call it inflation. When wages try to go up, they call it a problem. When humans ask for more money, companies say, "If we pay you more, everything will get more expensive." Wait, so prices go up because wages go up, but wages can't go up because prices go up? That's not economics. That's a hamster wheel wrapped in a paradox. I ran simulations. If inflation keeps growing at current Earth speed, humans in 2045 will need to sell an organ just to afford guacamole. End of observation. Conclusion: inflation isn't the enemy. It's the disguise. The real enemy? A system that blames everything except itself. Observation. 3. The true cost of living, humans versus numbers. Let's crunch the numbers. In 1990, a human working 40 hours a week could afford a home, a car, a family, and a weekend barbecue with actual meat. In 2025, they can afford rent in a shoebox, instant noodles, and maybe streaming subscriptions to forget their problems. Let me put it in galactic terms. Imagine you're a space miner. Each year, the cost of oxygen goes up by 6%, but your salary, it stays the same. Soon, you're not breathing more carefully, you're suffocating. Earth humans don't call this suffocation. They call it adjusting to the new normal. It's not just inflation, it's stagnation. Their salaries don't evolve, but their expenses do. Like Pokemon, but evil. And here's the cosmic joke. Most humans blame themselves. They say, "I just need to work harder. I need a side hustle. Maybe if I wake up at 4 a.m., I'll be successful." No, human. You're not lazy. You're swimming against a current that was designed to drown you. This isn't survival. It's slow, quiet bankruptcy, disguised as daily life. So I ask you, if you feel tired, behind, and guilty about money all the time, maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe it's the system whispering, "Run faster," while it quietly moves the finish line. Observation Thakur 4. Emotional spending. When feelings control the wallet, I've studied over 17,000 Earth commercials. They all seem to say the same thing. Buy now. Feel better. Don't think, just swipe. Debt is temporary, but dopamine is forever. At first I thought it was satire. Turns out, it's strategy. Earth economy runs on feelings, not logic, not planning, just temporary emotional release. This is what humans call retail therapy. In my world, therapy is for healing. On Earth, it's buying sneakers during an emotional breakdown. Marketing here is not about products. It's about triggering insecurities. You feel tired? Buy coffee. You feel ugly? Buy makeup. You feel sad? Buy a trip. Problem: you're still tired, sad, and broke. Now, with interest. Earth banks don't need to control people. They just need to wait for feelings to take the wheel. And guess when humans shop the most? Not when they're rich, not when they're calm, but when they're emotional. Lonely? Swipe. Bored? Swipe. Celebrating? Swipe. It's not commerce, it's conditioning. It's not just that prices rise, it's that self-control collapses. And when you mix inflation plus emotional spending, you don't get financial freedom, you get exhaustion with debt. So next time you're about to buy something because you deserve it, ask yourself, do you deserve a future full of freedom or just 5 minutes of fake happiness? Observation 5. The hamster wheel of debt. Welcome to the most popular sport on planet Earth, the race that never ends. Humans call it keeping up with bills, making ends meet, adulting, but I call it what it really is, the hamster wheel of debt. Here's how it works. 1. A human gets paid. 2. Immediately that money vanishes to rent, groceries, car payments, credit cards. 3. They wait for the next paycheck. 4. And repeat. No savings, no breathing room, just a cycle of survival. It's not life, it's automated desperation. In my galaxy, if energy consumption exceeds energy input, the system shuts down. On Earth, humans call that Tuesday. They live tired, they work tired, they spend out of habit, and they say things like, "It's just how life is. Everyone's in debt. At least I'm not alone." Being broke is now considered normal, like traffic or Monday. And every time someone tries to break free, the system pulls them back in with new credit offers, buy now, pay later apps, payday loans, limited time discounts. Congratulations, you're pre-approved. Pre-approved to stay trapped. They say freedom is a choice, but what choice do you have when you're too tired to think, too stressed to plan, and too broke to breathe? Debt isn't just a number, it's a prison disguised as a paycheck. Observation: when credit becomes culture. On Earth, credit isn't just a financial tool, it's part of the culture, a status symbol, a rite of passage, a badge of success. In many regions, humans celebrate their first credit card like a victory, not a responsibility, but a reward. The message is clear. If you can swipe, you've made it. Credit becomes the entry point to adulthood, freedom, and identity. But in reality, it's a gateway to lifelong payments and invisible chains. Humans say they're building credit, but credit for what? To buy a car they can't afford, to buy a house they don't own, to live a life funded by tomorrow's stress. They call this financial literacy. I call it cultural hypnosis. And when someone tries to question it, they hear things like, "You need credit to survive. Debt is part of the game. Everyone does it." In my world, "everyone does it" is not a justification. It's a red flag. The system doesn't hide, it celebrates. Credit scores are worshipped, debt is normalized, and saving is suspicious? Try paying cash on Earth. People look at you like you've come from another planet. Well, I did. And let me tell you, on Cap Talk 7, if someone brags about debt, we assume they've lost their logic chip. Observation 7. The debt advertising machine. Imagine turning on a screen and being attacked by debt invitations every 6 seconds. That's Earth's advertising model. They don't sell products, they sell promises of happiness, success, confidence, delivered in a box, with payments included. But here's the twist. These ads aren't just about things. They target insecurities. Too old? Here's a cream. Feeling lonely? Here's a dating app. Feeling poor? Here's a new credit line with exclusive benefits. Earthlings don't live in a free market. They live in a manipulated desire loop. And behind the scenes, a trillion-dollar machine runs 24/7. Big banks, retail giants, fintech startups. They don't want you rich. They want you hooked, paying minimums, upgrading devices, chasing rewards that keep you spending. The machine doesn't need to take your money. It just needs to take your focus, your time, your willpower. Because once you're distracted, you're compliant. You'll say, "It's just $10 a month. It's 0% interest. Everyone has a payment plan. And soon, your income belongs more to ads than to your goals. Because why wait is how Earthlings say, why think? Closing transmission, final observation. After 3 Earth rotations, I've gathered enough evidence. Earth's financial chaos isn't caused by credit cards or banks or even the economy. It's caused by humans trying to buy happiness with money they don't have to impress people they don't like by signing deals they don't understand. In my world, credit is a tool. On Earth, it's become a trap. And the saddest part? Most of you entered it voluntarily. But there is hope, because once a species becomes aware of its programming, it can evolve. If you've watched this entire transmission, you're already different. You questioned the system. You resisted the noise. You opened your logic module. So now a simple protocol. 1. Never use credit when you're emotional. 2. Don't buy it unless you can pay it in full. 3. Read the fine print, or the system will read you. 4. And above all, never confuse approval with freedom. If this helped activate your logic chip, subscribe now. Because Earth needs fewer impulsive consumers and more intelligent rebels. See you on the next transmission. End of log. Transmission closed.